everyone. So you read that right in the thumbnail. I want to talk to you today about a potential 100x move in Ripple and at what prices you need to be buying at in order to make such a significant price gain in the future. So we're going to cover some short-term price action, and I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be buying in those key areas of value for Ripple. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure that you go and do that down below. Without further ado, let's crack on. Now, the first thing to take a look at here on Ripple before we look at any downside targets, so we can see that we broke down from this level that we spoke about from 55 cent. And you know, if you were following our Ripple videos and we spoke about areas of low volume that Ripple might be tapping into, we said that if we break down from 54, we are expecting 35 cent exactly at this low volume area where we typically get those massive buy wicks back to the upside in capitulation moves. So well done if anyone managed to take advantage of that. But for the short term, I don't think that there is anything more to say apart from the fact that Ripple, until stated otherwise, is going to be in a deep downtrend until the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market shows any signs of rebounding. However, similar to other altcoins, I do think that there is the potential to move into some of these resistance zones that I've marked out in red, and those two resistance zones above us are clearly this 55 cent area that we broke down from and this 75 cent area above that, should we decide to move any higher than that. But you can see as well that not only are these a few pockets of low volume areas that we can sort of see above us, and we're just marking out here on the right hand side of the chart, but you can see that as well is also the up candle before the down move that broke the market structure, leading to those lower prices. So that's definitely an area to be looking out for Ripple. And you can see very clearly we're on the weekly chart here. Look at these spike wicks, okay, that we've seen in the past, okay, exactly here at about 50 cent, 55 cent or so. So that's going to be a very, very key area. And then above us again, we've got that areas of massive wicks above us and price action at about 75 cent, where buyers and sellers have stepped in the past. And if we take a look at this on the monthly chart and we just clean that up, you can see that again, where are our big monthly closes? They are in and around these levels that we're speaking about over here at 75 cent, and you know, a lot of wicks to the downside as well have occurred at 50 cent. So this is the reason why we're looking at these two areas for potential upside action for Ripple. So we have our main order block over here, which is the area that we broke down from at 55 cent. So it's the up move before the down candle, and I like to see these areas retested before resuming any downtrend or looking for potential shorting opportunities. So I would look for Ripple to tap into some of these areas, and within that order block you've also got some areas that we want to be looking out for at about 60 to 65 cents. And if we were to potentially even go above 75 cent, if that was to happen, I still wouldn't expect us to deviate any higher than 91 cent or so, because that's again another area of resistance, and I'm expecting something like this where we either tap into like an order block like this and then move down, or we can potentially from here even move back up into that 75 cent area that we talked about, and then again deviate lower and then start to create that lower low and move down towards the real buy area, which is what we're going to be talking about for Ripple. And you can also see the impulsive move from top to bottom to where we are now. You can see that we haven't actually even reached that 236 or the 382, which are typically areas that we like to test in bear markets. So we've definitely got some room to move back to the upside from here for Ripple. And that again will be at about 70 cent and no higher than about 95 cent, definitely lower than $1. But if we just take some of the most recent impulsive moves, again we still haven't really tapped into this 236 or 382. Okay, so these are areas like I said that I'm looking at for sellers to step into if we move any higher than 46 cent, which is the high that we created back on May the 13th when we made our bounce. What you want to know from here is, where do you potentially buy Ripple in order to get that 100x that we are talking about? And I think that there is a good chance that now that we have broken down from this descending triangle that we've been speaking about for months on end, okay, is that the most likely scenario either way is that if we don't break down immediately from 33 cent, is that we're either going to come up here and then basically deviate down here and start to basically make our way and base down towards this you know, horizontal floor support, which is going to be key at about 14 cent, and that's a massive area of monthly support. And it's really important as well not to get faked out and to buy into areas of value if you think that things are going to go up by, you know, orders of magnitude, because you can see that in the last bear market we made a significant low of 12 cent, and we actually undershot it in that COVID low that we made. But you know, it wasn't really the time to be selling over there. It was just an area that you knew that was going to be act as some sort of floor support for Ripple. So that's why we're looking down here into some of these lower price targets, and I would be buying into Ripple anywhere, okay, over here at about 25 cent to 15 cent. You can see from a market structure point of view is that look how Ripple likes to behave. You can see in the last bear market is that we basically made these horizontal floor supports multiple times and basically made that our home quite a few times, and a really nice area for buyers to step into. And this is actually looking pretty similar as well, so you can see that we might do something like this and form some mammoth accumulation pattern for a move back to the upside. And we've spoken about $14, $15 as a potential area for Ripple to move into, okay, in the future. And if we just take some of those Fibonacci targets, okay, you can see that again, where does that 4.236 come out? It comes out at about $14.83. So if you were to buy anywhere at about that 15 cent level, okay, and you moved up to those higher, loftier price targets, you can see that you're looking at about a 100x move. So if you put $1,000 into Ripple at those prices, okay, then you're looking at potential $100,000 if that's what you put in. Or if you put it at $100, you're looking at $10,000. So that's why you know, you want to be adding into those areas of value. Now, I wanted to draw some similarities from Ripple to Dogecoin because they have moved very similar in the past, and they have been coins that have been around for 5 to 6 years, okay? And given the time period that we're looking at with this SEC, which is likely to come to an end in 2023, when this whole lawsuit you know, resolves itself for Ripple, that might coincide with some sort of bottom and you know, maybe some sort of reversal pattern in cryptocurrency in Ripple. So definitely something that I'm looking out for, and that's also why I'm looking for this continuation to the downside and to grind lower to this floor support level for Ripple, because until that's resolved I don't see anything happening for XRP. But you can see that on Dogecoin, right, is that we've basically moved in similar fashions where we basically held this sort of floor support that I'm just marking out on the right hand side of my chart over here, but really kind of formed into these ranges, and then basically coiled up, and then, you know, got these low volume for a long period of time, and then basically made our impulsive move to the upside. And you can see exactly the same thing here potentially forming on Ripple, okay, where we basically have made these highs and we're basically just forming some low volume and reaccumulation and getting comfortable at these lower prices, somewhere between that somewhere between that 25 and 15 cent area. So maybe we're going to do something similar as well, where we basically make one final parabolic move, or one big parabolic move back to the upside to about $14, okay, similar to what we got on Doge. And maybe it is that this last bull market that we had was slowed down for Ripple due to this whole like SEC law case, you know, saga. And if we didn't have that, maybe Ripple would have made its move similar to Doge. But you know, definitely something that I'm keeping an eye on. And you can see that the Fibonacci extensions that we like to look at, especially for parabolic altcoin moves, the 4.236 was hit for Dogecoin. Obviously it went further. You don't need to be holding on, in my opinion, for any crazy gains if you're up like, you know, 100x or something like that. But you can see that for Ripple, if we were to do something similar, like we mentioned a moment ago, that puts us at about that $14–15 range. So definitely something and an area that I'm looking to you know, take advantage of, and a potential area for Ripple to tap into the future. And remember that consolidation precedes expansion in the same way that we got here on Dogecoin. So when we get these massive areas of consolidation, okay, sideways consolidation and price suppression, the longer that goes on, the bigger the next move is going to be. And you can see that for Ripple, that's exactly what happened in 2017. Massive move to the upside after about a 3-4 year consolidation, and we're getting something similar here as well. We're getting a 2017 to 2022. That's a 4-5 year consolidation. Really, obviously the range is very large, but if we were to break any new all-time highs and break $3.20, okay, is that, you know, if we do manage to break out from here, I am expecting, you know, Ripple to make its next move to the next level over here at about $14-15 due to this massive area of horizontal price accumulation that has been occurring. So that wraps it up for XRP, and I think that, you know, we want to be adding into areas of long-term value for that next move back to the upside at anywhere between 13 cent and 25 cent. Okay, we want to be buying towards the bottom end of the range to make that potential 100x in XRP. And, you know, really the key is being patient and waiting for that next bull market. So if you got some value, you're enjoying these videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel down below, hit the bell icon to keep up to date with all my videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one.